Guys, it is Angie here from Lean Girl. I am back doing a little shopping spree on my favorite things to buy if you want to get lean. Now, I'm not going to do a spoiler and let you know where I'm going, so I'll give you a couple of seconds to guess where it is I will be shopping today. We all know that Dischem is definitely every lean girl's favorite. So today I'm going to be taking you for a little shop inside Dischem where we spend way too much of your money, and I'm going to show you my top lean girl buys inside Dischem that are all related to healthy food and supplements. So if you've been wondering what you should actually be spending your hard-earned cash on, these are my top tips. And before I get started and before I forget, I've actually created a little shopping list for you can use next time you hit Dischem, so you ensure not to miss any of these amazing lean girl buys. So if you're ready, let's go inside. So I'm going to get straight to the good stuff and share with you all of my sweet-toothed favorites. So if you have a sweet tooth, Dischem is definitely the place to help you. My favorite brand of all has to be Walden's Farm. They have some really amazing low-calorie syrups and sauces which you can add to so many different things. I'm all about getting healthy food to taste really amazing and really good. I feel like that is absolutely the secret to actually sticking to your fat loss strategy long term. So here, just adding these few little ingredients to your dishes actually make them so much better. So if you're into pancakes, I'm all about the protein pancake. I have a lot of recipes on my Instagram if you want to check them out, but I always have to add some Walden's Farm syrup, which this stuff was actually like out of stock for a really long time, but I see Dischem has it back, and you can actually get it on their website as well, which is really good. But the caramel one is amazing, and they have a couple of different flavors. So they've got caramel, maple walnut, and chocolate. So those are some nice variations. So while we are here where all of the sauces are, there's another brand that I also really like, although you do need to double check the nutritional information, as I always preach, because even though something can say it's low carb or it's low sugar, it's always still the calories that matter. So one that I actually really do like is this Smart Carb sticky brie sauce, and no one likes the dry chicken breast, so this is a really divine one to add on any chicken breast or any meat really that you're cooking. So on ostrich it's also really amazing. And the calories are pretty low. I mean, it's about 15 calories a serving, which if you compare to other sauces and marinades, it's probably like 5 times. So this is a really good one. If you're over tasteless, boring chicken, this is definitely one to go for. Walden Farm actually has some other really good sauces as well, but I see that they are not stocking them right now. But if you do look at them on their website, or maybe you'll be lucky and at your Dischem they will actually have them. So back to the sweets that I really love. There is a brand called Simply Delish, which I am totally obsessed with. They have the most amazing low-calorie jellies and instant pudding. If you're like me, I always used to have instant pudding when I used to live back at home, but that was kind of filled with sugar and lots of calories. But they have some great versions which are really low in calories. So you'll see all of these Simply Delish ones here. There's 2 different packaging kinds of packaging, but it's actually all the same brand. And as you can see, it says 0, and it's totally sugar-free. And if you'll believe it, it's like basically 2 calories for this entire jelly. And so you can make a huge thing of jelly and have that like pretty much every single night guilt-free. So I really like these. Now, if you actually saw my protein chocolate mousse recipe online, you'll know that I actually use the Simply Delish instant pudding as well. And I'm really glad to see that they've stocked up here. I was joking with everyone that they all went missing after I did the recipe because everyone was buying it. So this is the one for the chocolate protein mousse. So I have some other ingredients which I actually add to those as well. And if you want the recipe, I'm actually going to add all the videos that I mention in this video so that you don't miss out on any of the other recipes that I share. Another one of my favorites is this nutritional yeast flavoring, and it is about 34 calories for a tablespoon. Guys, this tastes exactly like cheese. So if you sprinkle it on anything, like your vegetables or like whatever before you're baking, it gets delicious and crispy. You can even sprinkle it straight on your salads. Definitely a Dischem must. Now, you guys know that I'm obsessed with oats, but there are actually a few other cereals which I also really like, and I see that Weet-Bix is now making a light Weet-Bix. So I have recently been getting this. I love Weet-Bix with some hot almond milk and a bit of sweetener. It's actually just nice to change it up and have something different, or you could even sprinkle this into your oats for a bit of crunchy texture. If you have peanut butter in your oats like I do, this is a great variation. You can also add this onto your protein pancakes if you want to get decadent, but I must say this does come with a warning label because it is very difficult to have just one serving, which is a tablespoon, because it's so good. But if you don't have like a raging sweet tooth, then this is amazing and really delicious. Another one of my favorites is the no calorie noodles. Sounds like there's a lot of mice in here or something. So these are really awesome, guys. It's basically like 10 calories for this entire bag, like even less. So let me tell you that they do not taste like much, but if you're like me and you're super hungry, this is a great way to add a lot of volume to your meals, and anything that you add it to, it kind of soaks up the flavor of that. So it doesn't taste like much on its own, but I guess neither does normal pasta. And this comes in different ones. So this is fettuccine. They've got like little rice pearl, which can also be used as rice, and they actually have a ton of really cool recipes as well. So if you are a fan of cereal, this is a really nice alternative to oats. It is naturally gluten-free, and so it's called cream of rice, and it makes a really delicious hot cereal. If you go back to your childhood and you used to have tasty wheat, it's got like the same kind of texture and consistency, and this is a really awesome carb to have. So if you're getting a bit tired of oats or you're not a fan, I would definitely give this one a go. If you did check out my chocolate protein mousse recipe, you'll know that I used a powder called guar gum in that recipe. Another alternative for the guar gum is called xanum gum, and this is a natural product, and basically what it does is it will thicken anything that you add it to. So for every 1 cup of liquid, you add a teaspoon of this, and it will give it the most awesome moussey thick texture. So this is actually divine. You can even add it to your protein shakes if you don't like them watery, and it will actually create like a delicious milkshake consistency for only 1 teaspoon, which is really awesome. So pop this in your NutriBullet next time you're doing a smoothie, and you'll see what I'm talking about. In the afternoons when I feel like something sweet and I know that it's not a meal time, but I still just feel like having something, I love to have a cup of herbal tea, and I discovered these delicious ones. It was actually a friend of mine that shared these with me, and they taste amazingly good. So my favorite is cookies and cream. I know it sounds crazy, like how can you make tea that tastes like cookies and cream, but it's got like coconut pieces, and this is really good just with sweetener. Just leave the tea bag in. And then another one which I really like, which I've tried, I don't actually see it here, but anyway, they've got some really interesting flavors. So I really like this Carmian brand. So that's just really nice, and obviously calorie free. If you're having it with sweetener, you can kind of sip on that all day. Another one of my favorite afternoon snacks is these corn thins, which I haven't seen in any other shops. They actually have a delicious flavor that's added to them, because often like rice cakes and corn chips can be really bland, and these are only 29 calories for a slice, and they are so tasty, like you won't actually believe it. So there's a cheese flavor, and sour cream, cheese and chives is also really, really good. Guys know that I have an almond milk passion. There's some almond milks that you should totally stay away from, and then there's others which are awesome. My favorite brand has to be Almond Breeze, but there are a couple of different variations, so I'll explain them to you now. So this one, Almond Breeze Barista Blend, this is specifically made for coffee. So if you've ever tried to have almond milk in your coffee and it's like all separated and gone really weird looking, it's because you used almond milk that wasn't specifically made for coffee. But when I'm baking and using any almond milk for smoothies or cooking, I tend to go for the unsweetened almond milk. So they actually don't seem to have it right now. This is the sweetened version, which has quite a few more calories than the unsweetened version. I think that the unsweetened one has a pink top on it, so you can look out for that one next time, and that's about 30 calories a cup, where this is around 50. Not too much more, but obviously every calorie counts. So definitely always get my almond milk from Dischem. There's another brand that Dischem often stocks, which is the Truly Good brand. And if you checked out my pizza that I posted on Instagram that was under 300 calories, then I used the Truly Good wrap base. I see that they don't actually have them now, but if you're lucky and you visit your Dischem and they do have it, they've got amazing, really low calorie noodles as well. They've got a pumpkin noodle and a turnip noodle, which you'll find in the refrigerated section, as well as the wraps and pizza bases. Let's talk about protein bars. There are so many protein bars at Dischem, it can be seriously overwhelming, like which ones are the best, what should I even be looking for? So I'm actually going to do an entire video on protein bars and my favorite ones, and I'll do like a little taste test to explore and share which ones I like and why. But the two favorites that I really enjoy and get pretty much most of the time is the grenade bars. They have some really delicious flavors and the calories are also really good. So it's about 200 or 230 calories for a protein bar. One of my favorite flavors is the cookies and cream. And then there's also another white chocolate one. It's not the cookie dough one. I actually don't see it here, but guys, I'm not joking. It tastes like a Milky Bar. And Milky Bar is like my favorite chocolate. Then the other one that I also really like is the Trust Crunch. And they've actually come out with a couple of new flavors as well. So this is from the USN brand. They also sell them online on the online store, but the Trust Crunch is actually really good. And to be honest, it tastes really similar to chocolate. I know a lot of people have been put off protein bars because a lot of them just have that like funny whey protein aftertaste, and the new ones, I must say, are really amazing. What I would say is stay away from a lot of the energy bars, and again, as I say for everything, always check the nutritional information, and I'll talk more about that in my next video all about protein bars and which are the best ones to get. So if you guys did look at my protein mousse recipe, I think I've mentioned it 10 times in this video now, but I'll also put a link to the recipe so you guys can check it out. This was the protein that I used, so it was the NPL casein nighttime protein, which does have a different texture to a lot of the other proteins, so it actually gives it that really delicious moussey light texture when you do the dessert. So this is definitely something I always pick up at Dischem. And they've actually also, if you're a milk tart fan, they've got a vanilla custard flavor as well, which works just as well and is really, really delish. Again, with protein powders, there are so many options to choose from. It can be really overwhelming. I do like USN, to be honest. A lot of their protein powders, I find that the flavors are really, really good. They have enough protein in them. The calories aren't too high. Again, I think it is a whole topic on its own to talk about protein powders, the different variations and the different benefits of each one. But if you are looking at a first-time protein buyer, or perhaps you have one that you aren't really enjoying, I would recommend the USN brand. They did have a flavor called Weight Teller, which was my absolute favorite, but I believe is going off the market, which is very sad because it had an amazing texture and flavor and all of the right macros. But otherwise, their speckled eggs, Turkish Delight, are actually also some of my favorites. And they also have some really yummy flavors like Bar One, which is also one of my favorite chocolate flavors. Then something else that I do have now and again is a pre-workout before my training. I try not to abuse it too much, and I try to vary between having just coffee or some caffeine or like a double espresso before my workout, and then I also alternate with having some pre-workout, which when you're feeling fatigued, when you feel like, oh my god, I just don't know how I'm going to make it to gym, sometimes it can really, really help. So because there are so many different variations of pre-workout and some are better in some ways than others, I actually have already done a whole video about pre-workouts, which I will share with you again. I'll put the link in this video to the other video so you can check it out, all about pre-workouts and the different ingredients that you should actually be looking at when you are choosing a pre-workout. But otherwise, obviously at Dischem, pre-workout is something that I also put in my shopping cart. Something else that I always pick up as well in Dischem is a good probiotic. I think that anyone should take this as a daily supplement to just keep your gut health going. And a lot of you ask me which one I take, and I take this Probiflora 9-strain probiotic. I think it's a good combination of, it's not too expensive, and I think it's still a fantastic product and does all the things that we need it to. If you struggle to drink a lot of water, a lot of brands now have these flavor water enhancers that you just squirt a tiny bit into your water bottle, chuck a bit of ice in there, and it actually becomes a really nice, refreshing drink. So if you're struggling to get your 2 to 3 liters of water in, I would definitely grab this next time I'm at Dischem. A lot of you have asked me my thoughts on this Jungle Plus or Future Life protein cereal. So the Jungle Oats one as well as the Future Life one, they are fabulous. If you like them, you know that I'm all about the protein. I actually like both variations. I like to change it up so I'm not having the same meals every day. So these are a definite yes for me, and I always get these when I visit Dischem. Right guys, so that's it from me. Those are my basics that I always get when I'm visiting Dischem. I hope that you got a couple of new ideas and some new interesting foods that maybe you can add to your diet that get the lean girl thumbs up. I know that there's a lot of stuff inside here, so it can become a little bit confusing. Obviously, when it comes to the supplements, of course, these are things that just give you the little edge. They're definitely not necessities. You know that I'm all about eating real good food and training hard. And so if you do want to get these couple of things that I mentioned, I did create a little Dischem shopping list just for you so that you know exactly what you should be getting your hands on next time you're visiting Dischem. So click on the link and download that now. Otherwise, look out for more videos from me, Angie, here at Lean Girl. I'm here as your lean body sidekick to help you build a better body to live in. And of course, yes, get in here.
Did you speak to the manager before? No, we have to speak to the manager first.
Oh, trouble. See what I do for you guys. Is he having lunch, maybe?
No, he's coming.
Oh, okay. He's probably having a high-calorie snack upstairs. Hello, how are you? Good, good. I have a vlog called Lean Girl, and I was just wanting to film a few of my favorite products. Would that be okay?
Like what?
So I was just talking about the Simply Delish syrups, calorie-free syrups, and some of the like spices and sauces and things like that.
And then you're going to just put it onto your blog.
Just on my blog, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you. Thanks. Again, with protein powders, they've got like a little